What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're definitely going to be doing something a little more different than previous episodes. We're going to go very in-depth. As you guys saw in the title, I am doing a price prediction on Litecoin, but it is not your average price prediction. We're also going to be discussing Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Theta. Specifically, we're going to mainly review Litecoin and its prediction, and then we have an article to discuss as well as the coin market cap. But Litecoin surging, by over 8%, and we broke the $60 resistance level. Now, guys, if any of that sounds interesting to you guys and you want to know a little bit more as to why this Litecoin price prediction might stand out a little more than the other ones you've probably seen, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and stay tuned for the next part. So guys, before I jump into the price prediction, I do just want to clarify a couple of things, and by that I mean I would like to go over the coin market cap with you guys. So currently market cap is 140. We have a 24-hour volume of 26.4. Bitcoin dominance 50.7, so dominance is slightly higher in terms of Bitcoin than yesterday. 24-hour volume is kind of dipping off. I know we are seeing some sort of increase in certain areas of the prices, but in some coins. But for the most part, we are kind of slowly consolidating back down. We were quite a bit over the $60 level before for Litecoin. We're kind of slowing back down, and I'll show you guys why. Market cap is 140.2, which is still up there compared to the previous days, but we are seeing definitely a consolidation market today. As you can see, out of these top 10 coins, only I believe 5 out of the 10 are in green. The other half are in red. Not really much movement today, which makes sense after that major run that we had like yesterday and the day before. So for the most part, we do like to do this just so we can understand what exactly this market is doing. You can see Litecoin is still number 4 with quite a bit, not that much, but I know that sounds pretty crazy, but 4 or 5, 6, almost $300 million more than EOS is actually quite a small gap, if you ask me. But most of these coins are not really moving by much. I'd say the average is around 1%, if maybe like 0.9% in terms of these top 10 cryptos in terms of movement. Most coins, the only one that's up by much is Bitcoin Cash, and that's only 1.6. The other ones are either down by 0.5% or up by 0.5%, if that. But the market is definitely mixed. I'm seeing more so leaning towards the red. There was a coin that I just saw that was down quite a bit. I don't know where that just went. Here we go. Crypto.com chain is now down another 20%. So I did discuss this a couple of days ago. We saw, I believe, this coin was up about 100%, if not more. And now it's been falling about 20% every day, which to me seems like a, pump and dump. And that's pretty much how it's playing out to be. But otherwise, guys, before we jump into the articles and the price prediction, if you did want to make a little bit of Bitcoin prior to, investing, definitely check out the second link in the description. It's a link to the ABRA exchange. They're doing a crazy promotion right now. Basically, we've had over 100 and something people sign up. All you got to do is just sign up for the app, Apple or Android, deposit $5 from USD bank account, and they're going to send you $25 of free Bitcoin to help you start up with your exchange, as well as getting involved into cryptocurrency. So it's pretty awesome. I got involved with this, and I started making, I made the $25. I told all my friends to make the $25, and now I'm letting you guys know. So definitely take advantage of this. It also does help support the channel, so I would highly appreciate it, and you got nothing to lose. All you're doing is just getting a free $25, which you can use towards whatever, Starbucks, whatever, and then all you got to do is deposit it right back into your bank account. No fees, nothing. It's that simple. So definitely check that out. It does help me out. Otherwise, guys, jumping into the article for discussion. So Litecoin did surge over 8% and did breach a $60 resistance level. And I did want to discuss a little bit more as to why that is. And then I will go into my very interesting but different price prediction on Litecoin. So the crypto market exhibited a green wave after an emphatic recovery from the bearish market that we saw. Litecoin emerged as the second best performer on the coin market cap after it rallied 8%. The latest hike resulted in the 4th largest crypto surging beyond the $60 mark, Litecoin. The coin opened at $59 on March 16th, which I believe was yesterday. Let me check my Apple Watch. Yes, yesterday. and it reached a high of $62. So we're currently at 60. We're down $2. That's kind of why I was saying we're kind of pulling back down in a more stable way. The earlier part of today or yesterday, at press time, the hike had pushed the market cap of Litecoin to $3.7 billion and the price to $62. The volume trading registered Litecoin at $2.15 billion with a major hike of 8.6% over the past 24 hours, which is absolutely wild for this coin to manage to take off like that and just keep pumping. And I do want to show you guys, because I do have proof as to why we're seeing such a major move. Now, the current surge came after the 14% surge. The current surge came after a 14% surge was recorded in the second week of February, catapulting Litecoin beyond the $50 mark, which we've discussed. A double-digit surge in February was attributed to the foundation's implementation of blockchain-based privacy protocol and a bunch of other different things and partnerships and the whole Venezuela thing. That is definitely influencing this market to start to move up. But there are other factors that I do want to discuss with you guys today, and I will be going in depth with that. So I want to switch my focus now and show you guys Litecoin right now. So currently I'm on Litecoin technical analysis. Obviously, if you guys want access to any of my charts that I personally graph, there are the first link in the description is a link to my Patreon where you can get access to all these live updating charts. Whenever I draw on it, you will also see that drawing. Huge community on Patreon, so I do appreciate all you guys for joining. We have members signing up almost every day, so shout out to you guys. Definitely check that out. But the biggest takeaway that I really want to discuss with you guys today is you can see I know I'm very zoomed in right now, and I'm about to show you something that's very zoomed out and really makes you think. So we've been on a pretty good uptrend right now. As we know, end of 2017, pretty much all of 2018, we were on a downtrend. We've pretty much all the people that have joined into crypto over the past year have only seen a red market. And that's a shame because it's really not that easy, you know, especially seeing your money just slowly go down half, quarter, 3/4, and, you know, splitting like that. But, you know, there is an upside to things, and I do think it's about to change for you guys. And I do want to show you guys why. So I do want to just really quick zoom out to the weekly. We'll obviously go a little bit more in depth into Litecoin in a little bit, but this is pretty big, personally, I'd say, for Litecoin. So you guys can see with Litecoin, we saw a major run at the end of 2017. You can see right here, wow, that went very high. Started off at 50 and went as high as $416 on Coinbase to US dollars, which is phenomenal considering it's only $60 right now. And I remember buying this all the way back down here when it was like $100. I even bought lower when we were down here at 40, and then I bought even lower at around $22. So awesome prices to buy in at, by the way. It was pretty wild to watch it go up, not want to sell out, and then watch it come back down. But we're starting to swing back up again, so it's not that much of a worry. But you can see there was a descending triangle that formed. Now, I know there are a lot of lines here because we are very zoomed out, but you can see this is where there's a lot of support. You can see there's a lot of sideways movement. And you can see really quick that we finally had our high-low middle moving average start to, you know, slide back in and start to form on Litecoin's weekly. And you can see we have finally, you know, corrected ourselves enough, found a major bottom at $22 and started to move back up to 60. Currently testing that green band, that resistance. That's going to be a pretty interesting, you know, play. I'm glad we've actually looked at this on the weekly. But I want to show you guys something right now, which is definitely might be a little eye-opening to a lot of you, and I definitely want to hear your comments in the description. I mean, in the comments below. But there's a guy named Rhythm Trader, and he put out a very interesting, you know, tweet. He said, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Bitcoin in 2014 versus the current price. And as we know, Bitcoin is like Litecoin's older brother. So these charts do correlate very, very, very well and very close. So I know it looks a little too confusing right now, but let me zoom in for you guys. So hopefully you guys can understand what we're looking at right now. So you can see right here as I draw it out, I apologize for this bar to pop up, but I don't know how to get rid of it. You can see this was in 2013 right here where my mouse is, and we started to climb up. This was in 2014. At the end, I believe, or in the beginning of 2014, this was the end of 2013, we shot up in price. Very similar to what happened at the end of 2017. We then decided to decline back down, which is very obvious. 2014, we shot up from a price of $200 all the way to, I believe it is a little over $1,000 to $1,200. So from $200 to $1,200, major rise. Then we started a decline, you know, back down. And you can see that was at the end of 2014. We hit 2015 right over here, trading out again, 2016. And then we started to climb back up as we reached 2017. So over the course of, I'd say 4, 5, 6, 7. So sorry, 1 to 2, 1 year, 2 years, in about 3 years we did this. Now flash forward to now. This is 2018, the end of 2018. So 2018 looks an awful lot like 2014, which is very nice to see. And you can see as 2014 declined, so did we do the same exact thing in 2018. This turned 2018, we went down into 2019, which is currently where we are right now. And then you can see we started to pick up. 2015 is like 2019 right now. And then as we progressed 2 years, we went much higher than our previous high of $20,000. So from 2015 to 2017, we pretty much reached our previous all-time highs, and then we went much higher than that. So you can see we're about halfway through, guys. We are currently about halfway through. We're almost in the middle of 2019. We have January, February, March. No, we're about a third of the way through of 2019. And you can see as we continue off into 2020, we should come pretty close. We're about consolidating, so the prices slowly will come up. But as we go to 2020, the prices will be very similar to what they were in 2017. And as we get to 2021, the prices will be at all-time highs. Now, that is a good comparison. That is if history repeats itself, bringing us back to, Litecoin, the technical analysis. I did want to show you guys that comparison, that they are very similar, and that usually we do see these trends, and they do actually, fulfill something. They do actually mean something. They do stick very similar, these patterns that we see. And that's why we like to, show you guys. Now, if it does repeat itself, we're looking in long-term positioning. 2021 could be a very nice, payoff. And that's really not that long, guys. It's only, I believe, 2 years from now, which is nothing. We've been through all of 2018, watched Bitcoin. 2 more years from now, a long-term hold for 2 years. It's really not that long-term. 401ks are for like 20 years that you hold your money. Mutual funds. This 2 years to quadruple your money, from a $60 Litecoin to above $500 is absolutely phenomenal. So I really, I love looking at these charts on a daily and a weekly, and even 4 hours in that case. But, there is money to be made shorter term if you guys don't want to, hold on to it for 2 years. Obviously, I definitely would say, put some away as well as use some to trade with. Now, we do have these ups and downs. Obviously, that was not just a massive, rise right up. We did go, there was a lot of bumps, but progressively we started to rise upwards in the long term, which is what I'm trying to get at. So I do like to do technical analysis on the shorter term, and I do kind of want to discuss with you this. But in the longer term of things, guys, the prices do look very nice, and I do want to point that out. So I could definitely see in 2 years we could definitely have a Litecoin way above its all-time high. But furthermore, I want to shift our focus to what's happening now, because I know a lot of you guys are interested into what's going on now with Litecoin. Because, I'm interested in it too. Litecoin is currently hitting a resistance out of its, uptrend. There is a big resistance level at $61, this uptrend right here. We're stuck in an ascending wedge, which is not a bad thing because we're going to head up. Some people say it's bearish. I think it's bullish for the most part. Once we hit, an ascending triangle, and we form an ascending triangle, then we'll see some issues. But currently hitting resistance right now, we're nearing overbought on Litecoin's daily. So that means consolidation is not as needed, is necessary. So we're most definitely going to see some sort of pullback, some sort of sideways trading. It's already happening right now. You can see we hit a previous resistance, very obvious, very called. Starting to pull back down. We're probably going to reach a level of around $60, $58, which isn't much lower as we let our high-low middle moving average, climb up. Obviously, the 4 hour probably doesn't look much worse. Yeah, you can see it was pretty overbought. You can see much more clearer now where this resistance uptrend is. So you can see we've had numerous points of contact with that, a lot of downwards pressure pushing this price down. We're currently just waiting to probably consolidate down. The best move for Litecoin right now would just be to do something like this. And why I say that is because this is high-low MMA will kind of come up and creep up and act as an upwards pressure, and it should push the price much higher in the near future. That's what I'm looking forward to. So honestly, consolidation is definitely in the ballpark for Litecoin right now. Obviously, there are some things I want to discuss more so with Bitcoin, which I want to shift our focus to right now. So Bitcoin is definitely playing out very interestingly. It was called, it was beautiful to see that we finally broke this downwards trend. We're not out of the woods just yet. I really need to see a longer term pull to the upside. But blue band has been broken. A year and a half of downtrend has finally been broken. A year and a half of resistance has finally been broken. And that's a huge milestone for Bitcoin. We could start to, climb back up now. Otherwise, the main concern right now is the fact that we're nearing overbought. We're hitting a high-low MMA, which was called for. This was going to act as a very strong resistance point. And that's exactly what it's doing. We're starting a red candle. We're going to pull back down. Very possible that in the next couple of days, we could use now the upside of the downtrend as a support and bounce off of that, as well as potentially that $3,800 level. And the biggest, challenge right now, the biggest obstacle for Bitcoin is to break through its high-low middle moving averages. Maybe get stuck in between here, sideways trading, lower that RSI, and then a pop to the upside would be beautiful, bringing the coin up to $45,000, if not $5,000. Lastly, for the top 3 blue chip cryptos, and then we'll discuss Theta. Oops, did not mean to do that. Let me get off that. So here we go. So Ethereum is having a very similar pattern, similar to Bitcoin. We managed actually to break through our channel right here, broke bullish, broke into our high-low middle moving averages, used that as a trend, and we're just trading out sideways for right now. We did actually manage to break through to the upside for the red band, but it probably sent us into overbought on our 4-hour, which is why we're seeing an immediate pullback. Yeah, you can see right here that when we did manage to break above, we immediately pulled back down into a more supportive level, it makes sense. One thing to note is that this high-low MMA is very intertwined in this channel right here, which is a pretty good reason as to why we did manage to break to the upside. And if we continue to, ride this and surf this high-low MMA, it should send us back up to 160, which would be beautiful. But we do still need to consolidate out. You can see we're currently using the green band as a support now, consolidation-wise. And we're probably going to use that for a couple of days just to kind of neutralize everything, settle down, and then we could potentially move up much higher. Lastly, to talk about Theta, and I believe tomorrow I'm going to switch our focus onto XRP because I know I have a lot of XRP fans out there. But Theta does look very nice, pretty much doing exactly what I said it would do. Since I started looking at Theta, Theta shot up at a massive rate, which I know for those who are new to the channel, yes, we do discuss Theta mainly every week. We do a different altcoin for review. So if you guys wanted an altcoin, definitely leave your ideas and comments down below. But you can see the uptrend was holding very strong. We broke bullish out of this very, very, very rapidly, sent us into overbought on the daily. Needed some sort of consolidation. We fell just as quickly as we rose, entered this channel of support, and we're currently just trading out on that. And then what I do believe will happen with Theta is sideways trading like this. We'll most likely break above here and then spike up to this previous resistance. That's pretty much what looks good with Theta. And after we do pop off, well, I'm going to draw it a little bit better. After we consolidate out and potentially pop off here, we're going to trade out sideways and then obviously meet up once again with that blue band, that blue ascending triangle. Then we could either see, a fallback, a pullback to our high-low middle moving averages, or we could blast off and go even higher. But truly, what I'm anticipating is a break to the upside. The first break will be to the upside. The second break will probably be to the downside. But it looks very nice right now. Consolidation is definitely needed. We're going to probably start within the next week or two. No, definitely within the next week. We're going to start to see Theta slowly rise up now. That's my call. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to sum up today's episode. I know it was long, but hopefully it was informative. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We're doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers, so make sure to be a part of that. Turn post notifications on because I won't be saying anything. I'll just include it in a video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.